Have you ever heard of the term playing this on Nintendo Switch? Well, there's a reason for that. The Nintendo Switch launched March 3rd back in 2017, making it 6 years old, and it became the console to do much better than the Wii U ever did, selling over 132 million units and making it Nintendo's best-selling home console and the third best-selling console of all time, behind the PS2 and the Nintendo DS. And the game library is amazing. We got Super Mario Odyssey, Tears of the Kingdom, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, not Pokemon, and so much more. But fast forward to today, and I don't think, at least in my opinion, it's not as popular as it was before. The console lived through 8 years and even eventually had to compete against the PS5 and Xbox Series X, just like as it was with the PS4 and Xbox One, except these two consoles are next-gen consoles. And during that, they've had the Nintendo Switch Lite, which is a downgraded Nintendo Switch. I don't even know why they did that, because it could have permanent Joy-Con drift, and because you could never take them off. And you had the Nintendo Switch OLED, which is just the Switch with a better kickstand, an OLED screen, and still driftable Joy-Cons, and launched aside Metroid Dread. And there are games that go on all platforms, but when they go to Switch, it's really a downgrade in terms of graphics. I mean, look at games like Fortnite on PS5 and Xbox, mainly because of the Chapter 5 thing they did, but when you go to Switch, it's nothing but polygons and blocks, or even lag, which I've experienced with. And that's really due because of how old the Nintendo Switch is, and it's not as up to today's standards with graphics, in terms of like the PS5, for example, with like Spider-Man 2, and for the Switch as games that are either just for Nintendo or just not good, or games that come on all platforms, but the Nintendo version just doesn't look good as the other ones. I mean, was there a reason that Nintendo made 2 other versions of the Switch? Like I mentioned, the Lite and the OLED, which are just the exact same console, except one's a downgrade and one's a slight upgrade, I guess, just because it has like a better kickstand, because the original would always just fall off. But they didn't even bother to fix the Joy-Cons just so they wouldn't drift. They're literally like fan-made ones, like third-party companies or whatever, that make their own Joy-Cons that are unable to drift. How could someone else do it and not the company that makes them? But Pokemon, on the other hand, just doesn't hit the same anymore. Scarlet and Violet was mediocre, with a lot of flaws, low frame rates, many glitches that even returned in the DLC. And as for the other games like Sword and Shield and whatever they did with the remakes of Diamond and Pearl, really aren't as good, especially with the remake of Diamond and Pearl, and really with Scarlet and Violet. And there are literally games like Persona 3 Reload that sold 1 million copies and becoming Alice's fastest selling game of all time for them in history. Straight up skipped the Nintendo Switch just because of the hardware, and that it literally just wouldn't straight up run on the Switch. It straight up just didn't go on Switch because of its old hardware, and I was told that Persona 5 Tactica just didn't run either on Switch. Not to mention, I'm not sure what year this was. I think it was either like 2021 or 2022. You have games like Kingdom Hearts 3 or Guardians of the Galaxy that were on the PS5 and other consoles, at least for Kingdom Hearts, are on Switch. They were ported to Switch, but you can only play them through cloud. Guess you're f***ed if you have shitty internet. Not to mention, especially last year with the Detective Pikachu sequel coming out, it looks like shit. Why does it look Why does the 3DS version look better than the sequel on Nintendo Switch? Everything looks bland, the characters look bland, the Pokemon look bland, all the textures do not look good at all. And then the funny thing is that literally after that, a few days after, they uploaded some small animation which looks 100 times better than this was. I guess I know where all the budget went.
I said flan, okay?
Who the fuck? That's why we need Nintendo to release the Nintendo Switch 2, because it's rumored to have graphics and to run exactly like the PlayStation 4. And if any of those rumors are true, that would be a huge step up compared to what we got right now. And that's not saying that its whole library or the Nintendo Switch isn't bad. I mean, there's still games that I really like, or games that just look great on the Switch. Because you got games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which finally ended after many years. Tears Tears of the Kingdom, which looks great and a very good sequel compared to whatever Pokemon does. You have Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Super Mario RPG, Luigi's Mansion 3, Sparks of Hope, Paper Mario, including 1000 Year Door coming to the Switch, and Metroid Dread, which all look great on the Nintendo Switch. But then, like I said before, you have the games that go on all platforms, and clearly you would prefer to buy them on either PS5 or Xbox. They just don't look good on Switch. Let's take Sonic Frontiers as an example. Why do you think this got put on all platforms and this didn't? I had purchased the Nintendo Switch version, and it didn't look bad. It just wasn't as good compared to the ones on PS5 and Xbox. I mean, why do you think all the Sonic Frontiers mods are only on PlayStation and Xbox or PC? I mean, that's mainly because clearly the Nintendo Switch can't just handle any of that. I mean, even like when I told you in my Nintendo Switch modding video, 3DS games just can't run as well on Nintendo Switch, but a Steam Deck or even a PSV on the other hand can run those games perfectly fine, despite that, well, for the PSV just being old hardware, and the Nintendo Switch just can't handle any of those games unless you overclock it. But like I said, but even after the stuff I've been saying, that won't stop me from playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's very fun to this day, especially when you get mods. Plus, there are main rumors of a Nintendo Direct coming out February 15th, and I said to myself, I'll make this video if we don't get one, and clearly we did not get one because people had just been saying rumors and many rumors about a Nintendo Switch Direct coming, which would be the last one, and clearly that won't be happening anytime soon. Even the guy who leaks them with a bird from Wario was just straight up confirmed that we were not getting a Nintendo Direct anytime soon, and he leaks all of them. So in conclusion, we need Nintendo to release and make the Nintendo Switch 2, just so it could have better running well games that are not just Nintendo, but as well as other games. Even the PS5 is starting to be on its last line of games, which is weird because they just had Spider-Man the year prior, which was a few months ago, back in October, and that means soon they're going to end up making the PlayStation 6. It will be much better for the Nintendo Switch to get a new console, whatever it will be, just so it can look better and just so people can stop shitting on the graphics for most games. And for Game Freak to get their shit together with Pokemon. But still, this is really all what I just think. I mean, Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon Remake is coming to Switch in summer, and I'm definitely getting that. I love that game. And who knows, maybe if they ever show off the Switch 2, they might give us something new, like actual backwards compatibility, because the Switch didn't do that. They just they really just ported a game to that console. Or even with the new Sonic X Shadow Generations, which from the trailer definitely have great and amazing looking cutscenes with the Shadow addition to the game that will most likely won't look as good on Switch compared to that, because it's coming to all platforms. And hopefully the frame rates won't be as bad as Superstars.